Hello there, it's Laura of Mind Over Muscle with another movement tip for the upper back series. And today is one of my favorite stretches for the thoracic spine, that area from like the top of the sternum region down to just about where you would wear a heart rate monitor strap or a bra strap. So this is your thoracic stretch. There's a couple ways you can do it, and I'm going to start with the standing version. And what you'll need for this is I moved my rocking chair over here today, and so you're gonna need hopefully something that doesn't rock, but you could use a stool, countertop, or even a wall. But if you know you're tight in your upper back, you want to start with your hands relatively high, so it's a little bit easier to access this stretch if you're really tight, if your hands are up higher, and you'll probably miss out on the stretch if you start too low. So you're going to put your hands, on the surface here. And what you're going to do as you put your hands up here is you're going to lift your rib cage. So if you feel your rib cage poking out here, lift it up and then relax your belly. So relax the belly button and bring the rib cage into the body. And then from here, again, you can start higher and then you can work into this. So make sure as you're doing your thoracic stretch, you might be getting a stretch here. Think about letting your sternum fall down to the floor. And if you find that it's your rib cage that's falling, so if you watch my back right about here, as I'm doing this, if I let my rib cage fall to the floor, let me get my hand out of the way, I let my rib cage fall to the floor, that area didn't really, this part here changed, but up higher in my thoracic spine didn't really change. So I lift my rib cage up, then try and drop my sternum down, and then I can get a little bit of motion in the upper thoracic, as opposed to having it all come from one spot down here because my rib cage dropped to the floor. So you can hold this, you can breathe. If your legs are straight right now and you just feel a big stretch in your hamstrings or the low back, then bend your knees. And ideally your arms stay relatively straight here, they're not super bent. They're a little bit straight. And again, soft belly button area, lift the rib cage into the body and let the sternum fall to the floor. All right, so that's the standing up version. If you enjoy yoga, then you might enjoy this child's pose version. So in a child's pose, we come down to the floor, we reach out in front of us. You can see how it looks a little bit similar. But in a child's pose, we're just relaxed, letting the spine do what feels good. So just like I talked about when I had my hands up on the rocking chair, what I'm going to have you do now is relax the belly button toward the floor, or toward your legs in this case, and lift your rib cage back into your body. So we don't want that rib cage. This is from the very first or second video of this upper back series where we talked about the rib cage in the body. So you're probably a pro at it now. If this is your first look at the upper back series, then go check out those earlier videos. Video 1 or 2 has that rib cage into the body. And you're going to lift the rib cage in the body and let the head hang, and still trying to let the sternum fall to the floor. So soft belly button, rib cage in the body, sternum to the floor, to eke out a little bit of motion in that really, really tight thoracic spine region. You can let your head hang. Once you get your setup and in position, hang out and breathe a little bit in that position. When we breathe, the thoracic spine, all the ribs are attached to the thoracic spine on the back. So if we start breathing, when we breathe, those ribs should be able to move and expand, and they can gently move our spine as well. So really think big rib cage, 360-degree expanding breath through that upper back as you're in the thoracic stretch position. All right, as always, enjoy and keep on moving.